real. We're not.
No.
I'm not joking.
No, because like I mean, even Tiana know. Like when we get ready to go somewhere, I'm always calling her Tiana. I'm not going. I'm too fat. I can't do this. And I am, and I get depressed, and I eat more, and I eat more, and I eat more. Honestly, that's how it goes. Like her, she must be depressed about something, and she just.
I mean, she was happy. She said she was the happiest she's ever been.
Yeah, she.
I don't need to be
and
depressed to eat.
You just eat. You said you just eat, huh?
I mean,
I just eat good food. If it's good, I'm gonna eat it. But it took a minute. It takes all of us. Well, I don't know all of you guys, but you know, I was a big child. Everything came early. You know, I was overdeveloped. I was 12. You know, people thought I had, and it took till I turned, honestly, in my 30s before I came comfortable with me. This is me. This is who I am. I'm thick. I'm voluptuous.
You're
me.
a woman.
You know,
I think that's why
I
a
know
lot
what
of
I look
teenage
like. You know, I
girls
know what I look like when
need
I'm
to get-
skinny because I've dropped weight, and I used to be 268 pounds, so I was big. But it's motivation, yeah. But it's motivation. You gotta lose it. You gotta, you know, for you, not for the magazines, because this is the closest to TV I've been on. And you know, I'm like, you know, but.
I mean, for me, I can't really ever say that I really had an issue with body image. I mean, I've had friends who have issues with body image, but, you know, still even being, per se, small, you still want to be, you know, toned. You still want to have the six packs as you see in the magazines. You still want to have the firm legs. It's not any different from a bigger person who wants to be smaller. We have those same issues also, so I think body image can come in all shapes and, you know, sizes and forms. I mean, you don't have about it because you're bigger doesn't mean it's different because you're smaller. I mean, sometimes you could be too skinny, per se, is what they say. I mean, you could be too big. I think it's a problem for teenage girls, though, because of the television, the magazines, the stars that are airbrushed when you see the magazines, that have this perception that everybody looks that, you know, 5'7.5", 5'8", you know, tall, skinny.
Right.
It's not even just teenage girls, though. I mean, there's a lot of images for teenage boys, too. I mean, I went through some things like growing up. I was definitely not a big boy, but I was an average sized boy. I mean, I felt like I had what we call man boobs. I felt like I had that category up until like 6th grade, but it was all baby fat shedding away, and I wasn't comfortable with it. I mean, you look up to Brad Pitt and people like this, and you see, you want this and you want that. You don't want to look at a place.
Here's my question: if you didn't have, like, let's say, I don't know, like everyone has their own standard of beauty. What is that to you? I mean, what's your standard of beauty, Marcia?
I look within.
Right, but like physically featured, like you look at a woman that you go, she has a great figure. I wish I could have that. Like, what would that standard be?
Excuse me. Don't even get me. I was about to say something real. Is she, you know, well proportioned as well? Right. You know, her shoulders go with her. If I was gay with her, you know, or I'll be with a guy. It's 16. I think. I mean, you know, but you've got to be proportioned right as well. I don't want to say that in a bad way because I work with her, and you know, it's inspirational because it's like, you know, she got a little body. You know, I've seen her in shorts and all of that, and it's like, you know, got a little body. You know,
personality, that's for sure.
We're different. We're, you know, I know, right? We're formed different. We're not shaped the same. You can clearly see that me and Tiana are shaped very, very, you know, we're different.
We're different. We're
you
built
know,
different. She's taller than me.
Exactly. But she's proportioned right. She looks great. She fits T. That's what I look at. When I look at a girl, I'm like, she's fit. Right. You just want to start applauding. Some of these girls, you want to start writing tickets. You come here.
Yeah.
I'm tired of talking to you.
To me, it's not even about proportions,
Stop wearing that shirt. Because it's not proportioned for the body.
Those last week.
You know, but that's what
I totally agree.
To me, it's not even about proportions, though. I mean, well, some people are going to have off proportions, so does that mean they should be uncomfortable because they have like small boobs and a big butt or something? Does that mean?
No, but when you got NFL shoulders,
she was basically asking her what is her ideal body image? What does she like? That was her opinion.
Like
you might like
I think if somebody's comfortable with himself, I think they're beautiful. I think if you look up,
she said that, but she's saying when you look at a person, what do you like? What do you
see? Your standard?
What's your body image type? What do you?
I don't have a body image type. I'll be honest. I don't.
You don't
body image doesn't. Yeah, I mean, I can look at somebody, and obviously, I'm more attracted to somebody based off of looks. If I'm attracted to somebody because they look a certain way, but that's not the overall picture. I mean, a lot of times I'm like, that's a really cute person over there. Like that's a cute guy, but he's kind of a jerk.
If he was 300 pounds, would you
You
even look
had
at
to
him?
see the inside. When you see him,
if he was 300 pounds, would you say all that same stuff? Or if he was stacked and nice and had a nice little chest and had a shirt on in the middle of Malibu?
Yeah.
I mean, if he was in the middle of Malibu, 300 pounds, would you keep 7?
I'd say physical attraction catches your eye, but it's definitely not what ends it. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to say well, yeah, but that's not it. That's not even it. I mean, a lot of the people I've dated haven't been like the best looking or the most in shape or the tallest or the most. I don't really care about that thing. It's way more than that to me.
Yeah. It's that's what we're trying
If
to
you're
find out.
comfortable with yourself, it doesn't matter what you look like.
That's your standard.
That's my standard.
So what Marsha was saying, if a 300-pound man came up to you and was confident as can
If
be,
he
and
is-
he was like, "Hey,"
If he is,
really
so
do feel
confident
that
that
way.
he can walk up to me and make me just
I
really
do
like
feel
him,
that way,
I
though.
feel like that's totally fine.
I do feel like body image does have an issue, have to do with confidence. I do feel that you can have the bombest body in the world, but if you don't have any confidence when you walk in that door, the next person who is a little bit on the bigger side can't swoop
we
that
do have
man.
a friend like that.
Because it's about
Yeah, we do.
confidence.
We do.
She's so comfortable with her size.
but you wouldn't want her to change.
No,
you know what I mean?
no, it's like I couldn't even see you skinny.
Yeah.
Like I could never see you skinny, and she's comfortable with who she is.
And
She's
we'll
a
call her
bigger girl.
fanciful because
She
fanciful
is.
she
And
is. She's fancy.
magnificent.
How do you feel about body image?
Yeah.
I just think it's how you portray yourself. I mean, you can be big or small. It's how you are comfortable with yourself. It's how people receive you.
Like you're confident.
Yeah,
Do you think
if you're
society makes it harder for these teen girls, especially?
Yes, because people make a standard for everybody to live up to, but
Exactly.
it's what's your standard individually.
Yeah.
So
about-
it's pretty much you.
Well, what about for women too? Because let's face it, a good majority of us at this table are mothers, and we've all had to watch our bodies change, and go through a process, and then start to maybe sag or have stretch marks, and that's just never
We've all
fun.
had that at Beaumont. I mean,
You know, I mean, but then there is that standard that says, well, you can go get a boob job, or you can go ahead and get a lift, or you can go get that.
He's done. Hey, are you finished over there, DeMarcus? Okay.
Looking good
All right, come on, let us come see. I mean, you know.
He is cute.
Yeah, look who he belongs to.
is he a mascot or what's going on over here?
Nice.
Good job.
Go Z.
Good. That's real nice.
Who are you rooting for?
Oh.
Okay.
Just making sure.
Cool, bud.
Obviously.
High
And the next contestant can come on up with, just come on up.
But yeah, so
anyway.
I think that gets me into the teenage girls today. I mean, getting into the sex and the drugs and like you said, throwing up, purging, things like that. I think it has a lot to do with rounds up to body image, rounds up to the magazines, what's on TV. Did you guys see that episode where Kim Kardashian put herself in the magazine unairbrushed?
No.
Yeah, and she put it next to an airbrush photo and basically said that she was tired of living up to the standards of, our society. And basically she has cellulite, she has a stomach, and that's just the way it is.
They never look the same. If you see somebody in real life and in a magazine, I mean, it's always
Well, they
there's always
don't.
some image that they
What
want
is
you to
perfect?
see.
What is perfect? What is just, I mean, we see it and it's just like, but everybody always has some type of flaw, you know what I'm saying? And it's how you walk around. Kim Kardashian is still walking around like I am still sexy. And I will still put on that same black dress and walk with my fine man.
Right.
Okay, because he's bomb.
Yeah.
And be cool with herself because she's cool with herself. I started respecting her when I read that article.
Exactly.
I was like, I
me
like
too.
her because
Me
she's
too.
real.
And then she brought it
Screw
out
the-
for all
screw the
our
BS.
young girls
Exactly.
that are looking at the rest of them that are on TV that are like a size 0.
I'll tell you one thing, the plus size models that I did makeup for were 10,000 times more gorgeous, and they were so much more, it was so much more enticing to do makeup on them just because there was so much,
What's her name?
beauty. I mean, it's
the one
just,
who played Nikki Parker, Monique, the big one.
Oh, yeah, she's
beautiful.
Because she has so much
Because she has so
confidence.
much confidence.
And yeah, she.
I mean, if you walk out there,
She says she's fat. PHAT.
Yes, she
that's
is.
awesome. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. You know what I mean? So it's all about the confidence.
Look at
I think
Oprah.
we're
She gave
all
up the
about
dieting.
that.
I mean, she's wonderful.
Yeah. Well, she's going back. That's a different story.
But it's health. Why?
Yeah, not because-
That's
Not
the
because of
thing.
her
It's
image.
not
She doesn't care
because
about her image.
this person's
Exactly.
looking at me saying you're not a sexy person. You need to lose 300 pounds. It's the doctor looking at you saying, check it out.
Yeah.
I know you're comfortable.
She's
with
probably
who
one of
you
the most
are,
powerful,
but
most
if you
influential
don't lose
people.
about 100 pounds, you're going to die at
Diabetes,
35.
high blood pressure, things like
That's
that.
when you're like, I love me
It's
enough
for
to
health.
get healthy for me.
Yeah,
That's what it
definitely.
should be about. It shouldn't be about what the magazines say. It should be about your health.
I think that kind of falls into self-esteem.
I would say probably with our youth, especially teenage girls today, kind of what we were talking about earlier, what falls in self-esteem, look at the sexuality that is in our teen idols. I mean, they're flaunting themselves, they're dressing, you know, quote unquote classy but kind of trashy, you know, I mean, and these are, you're talking about the majority from the Hannah Montanas to the Britney Spears. It's like 11 to what? 20. You
That's
know?
what they look up to, and I think a lot of young girls, you know, even talking to them, I mean, I have a dance team, so I think a lot of the young girls feel self-esteem is more about how you look, how your hair is looking that day, what you have on.'re not even really looking at what's going on inside. And I think there's a lot of problems with the girls today.
Well, all I seem to be hearing, though, I mean, it seems kind of reiterative, is that we're blaming the models and the television and the magazines. What makes it acceptable that people's kids are growing up thinking that this is all they have to look forward to? I mean, why aren't the kids growing up with more confidence at home? Why aren't they?
Back to home training.
Thank you.
Most parents are so busy trying to make bread, take care of their kids, they don't have time to actually train them.
Time to raise a family.
Yeah, to raise a family. So no, hold on, let me finish because basically they're left to fend for themselves. So whatever I think is cute is what I'm going to do to fit in. Instead of my mom saying, "Okay, we're in a short skirt." Because when I was growing up, when you wore a short skirt, Mom, what are you doing? This is not what it's supposed to be. So you would go back, and you could take clothes to school.
I do think that this is a very, very strong subject, but we're going to have to take a break, and we'll come back and talk about that.
All right.
Thank you.
See you in a minute.
This is MJ, and you're back with In the Mix. And before we left, we were talking about self-esteem.
Self-esteem. Saying something about it, or
I was actually saying that I think it goes back to home training. And a lot of parents are busy, you know, in their own lives, trying to make it, you know, ends meet for their family. So most of the teenage girls and boys, you know, are there to fend for themselves. I know back in the 80s, when I was growing up, I mean, parents are more attentive. Because, and even then, you know, when you go to school with the extra change of clothes or makeup, your mom's friend would see you, and by the time you got home, your mom knew that you
still had to work just as much then, though, as they have to work now.
Well, I mean, yeah, times are harder, but still, you still have to have
it's about
time.
finding a balance.
You still have to have time for the children. I mean, because if you're not treating them at home and they fend for themselves, you can't really blame them for going outside.
Back to having dinner
together.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. It goes back to
having dinner together as a family.
No one does that
with
no
the
more.
television off. And you're sitting back and you're talking because your child's going to slip and say something that's going to catch you like, excuse me? You know, one of those type of things. That's good. Watching television with your kids. Being there saying, no, you can't watch that. Why? Because they walk around with no clothes on and I don't accept that. And you already know, so they have that in their head. But you don't get down like that. But like
that's all said and dandy too. I do totally agree with you guys on it a little bit. However, a parent can only do so much. A parent is for guidance. That's up to that child to decide what they're going to do after that.
Because I wore makeup when I wasn't supposed to.
Exactly.
I wore the short skirts like I wasn't supposed to. I did all that stuff like I wasn't supposed to.
I tried to do. So I tried to do this switcheroo also. Get to school and switch into some Daisy Dukes. Happen to slip on up to that school.
See, that's what
on an accident.
But it was like, get showering. Oh man,
I
ain't
gonna
never do this again.
Yeah,
exactly. Because you tested her.
I never
tested her
had to go through
as well.
That. Like, I mean, not to say that. I mean, because when I was little, I wouldn't do that now. I wouldn't wear no short skirt and do because of my size. But that's another subject. But
they be doing that. But go ahead.
Yeah, but I never ever. Not to say my mom is not a good parent. She's a great person. I love her to death. But she never had to do that. I never had to like sneak and wear different stuff. I don't know if it's because she knew I just wouldn't do it, or is it because she never did it? I mean, is it the parent who does it and they see what, you know, they're...
I think it's friends. I think it's peer pressure. For instance, I have a young girl right now who wants to stuff her bra. Because every girl in her circle is already developed. That's right. She feels like she's not, you know, a part of that crew because she has no breast. That has something to do with her mom telling her that she's beautiful. Your mom can tell you all day long that you're beautiful and you're gorgeous because your mom is supposed to say that to you. Let's get real. She ain't gonna say, girl, you ugly, you flat chested. So, but they go to school, they have a whole different ball game in the face. You know, going to school is hard these days. School is very hard to fit in. It's very hard to do anything. That is the hardest thing ever. It's almost harder to get in the job. So you thinking that this is the only way I can go ahead and fit in with these girls because I'm flat chested and they have all these breasts. Your mom's not going to help that out. That's going to be up to that child to be strong enough to know that I don't have to do this in order to, you know, fit in.
Well, but then it'd be more embarrassing if she got her stuffed and something fall out. I mean, why would she do
But she
something
ain't
like
think
that?
about that.
But think
though.
about
We
it.
think
Why-
about that at our age.
Why did we
I never
wear?
did anything like that
That is so
because what if
embarrassing.
it fell out, or what if I had some?
Why did we wear MC Hammer pants or Dayglow? Because everyone else did. I mean, you have to
Yeah.
think too. Like,
She's broke down with the hammer band.
I have two older brothers. 80s
I mean,
were
but they
yeah.
came back out.
I was raised in the
had a
80s,
few.
so I know.
You
the same.
understand.
I was
You
raised in the 80s.
understand. But
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
the fact is if parents are giving you that guidance, like, and we're parents, we understand this. You give them the tools, how they use the tools. Some kids are going to learn the hard way, some aren't. So,
I mean, like my mom, she provided condoms for my brothers.
did she do it for you?
She didn't. Oh
No,
no!
no, no.
Oh no! There
No,
was no
no.
birth control for me. It was just don't do it.
Right.
That's all that
Your birth
was. It
control is
wasn't.
abstinence,
No.
enjoy.
But my brother, when he got to a particular age, my mom just knew. She
it
was
was
like,
fine,
he's
yeah.
doing it. He's got his own car. He like these gals. Let me just make sure he has it to provide because I don't need extra kids running around here because I didn't want to be that parent giving my kid condoms. No, I am going to give my kid condoms because he needs to know that there's not it's not just pregnancy, it's diseases.
Yeah.
It's things you can't get rid of. You
Yeah.
need to be serious about it, and that starts at home.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, the same thing with the girl. There's diseases. There's
Exactly.
all that, but
But
why
now they have
couldn't-
viruses. I mean,
No,
but
because
they have vaccinations.
girls. That's where that. I mean, remember that last show that we did where we had talk show host Eric here. He was here, and we hit that subject on boys can do it, girls don't. That's one of those
double
things.
standard.
You just
Society
boys
has been
can
built
walk
like
around
that.
with condoms in their pocket. It's
Yeah.
fine. But if a girl walks around with a condom
gotta
in her
be called a
pocket,
tramp
she's a
or
tramp.
something.
It's just one of those
Yeah.
girl and boy. type of
Unfortunately,
things.
it shouldn't be like that, but that's the
But
way
that's
it
the way it is,
Yeah.
and it's
not
okay
gonna change. It's
because
not gonna
girls
change.
need to understand
They
that
have
we,
different.
we can't. They can't either, but we shouldn't as ladies be doing.
No,
that,
we
so.
shouldn't as men be doing it either. See, I'm
I
a
think that
focus
it should
for
just be-
what's good for the goose is good for the gander. I mean, that's me
Yeah.
personally.
Yeah.
And I don't feel, I mean, you know what I mean? If you are responsible enough to know that all you want to do is have your one night stands or you want to go out and be casual dating, regardless if you're a woman or not, if you're responsible enough, if you're having protection, you go ahead and do that. But it shouldn't be a double standard. It shouldn't be because I'm a lady that I shouldn't be able to do that. No, who wrote that book? Nobody.
I don't do it because of that. I'm sorry. I just think we're different species. Even though we're the same, I won't do that kind of stuff because I am a lady. I'm sorry. I can't
Yeah,
do
but
that
see,
because
that's
I'm a
the
lady.
issue
But
with
that's
men.
just the
But
way.
that's how you
But
were
that's the way
raised.
I was raised.
Right.
That's the way I was raised. I was raised with 3 brothers and an uncle and 1 mama. I'm the only girl.
I
I was raised. You
understand.
just didn't do it.
Yeah.
See, I love
Yeah.
that though. That's the way I was raised. You was raised like
Yeah.
that, but you still at
So
your
are you gonna do the
age
same
can
thing for your
think
daughter?
I'm not gonna sit up
differently
here and say that I did.
because you're raised
That
like
that I
that.
haven't.
You don't know
that
better.
I
you're
haven't.
the
I'm not gonna sit up here
Yeah.
and say that I haven't done that.
But it
though.
was-
I
It's
haven't.
almost like saying I was raised to be racist. I'm gonna be racist. It doesn't matter because you're
Right.
raised like
No,
that.
no.
You still
You're
know
gonna
at a certain
change it
age,
for your
then you
daughter.
can change it
Exactly.
the way you
And I'm not.
feel.
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe we should partner with our schools, our parents, and everybody together just to make sure that confidence. I think is the biggest thing in this.
Yeah.
I think,
Well, and then
I
it's
think
hard
home life.
when you turn in a
home life. I mean,
magazine,
home life is one thing,
and every
but
page
if
you
your
flip,
child doesn't have confidence, they're
there's
gonna
a girl
go
with
with
a six-pack.
something else.
Well, and they don't
Ripples.
ever show okay, I don't see any People magazine about Nobel Prize winner or they've cured cancer, anything like that. Nothing being
Depends on
brought
the magazines you're
forward.
reading.
Well,
National
but and I'm
Geographic
talking
and-
people like
The teen
you know what I mean?
magazines
Teen
that
magazines,
treat
or
our
teen,
teens,
the one that
kids,
they
things
our
like
kids.
that.
Fashion
Start them out intrigued with something like medical or something. Start them at a young age
Unfortunately, that
liking
ain't-
something
we
like
got
that.
medical and
We could
Vogue
do
and
that. We
stuff
could make
like
them
that.
interested in that.
We got the little teen Vogue and stuff like that they have, but
They're not
It's not-
empowering
it's not the
That's
same.
not.
women.
Yeah.
or
They
Like
like
you
to
started
see
out at
it.
a young age reading something
Should we
that
start
you
writing
think
to
is
the editors
interesting
and
that
make them
is
To
off
those
topic
who are
from
actually
Teen
making the
Vogue.
the
magazine?
thing about it is the editors
Should we
can-
start talking to people who are making the magazines and tell
No,
them
that's
that?
what's selling.
Yeah,
Because
that's-
we
Yeah,
can
they're
do
not
that.
gonna-
Yeah,
they're
they're
not gonna
It's not
switch
about
up
talking to the
because
editors.
it's
It's about what you start people off with. If you start them out thinking that reading Home Life magazine is fun, they're gonna like that. I'm serious. I'm serious.
Yeah.
I started out reading at a young age, like at the age of 1 or 2. My grandparents started reading me Bible stories and things like that. I found that interesting growing up. I still find it interesting. It's very intriguing to me.
I mean, my mom would not let me. My best friend Lindy, she had a subscription to 17 magazine. I did not have one. I wanted one so bad. My mom would not let me because she didn't want me to buy into the hype, the trends, the
Right.
this, that. Because she
Right.
was like, "You're your own person. Don't waste your money. Don't waste your time. If it looks good, you like it, you enjoy it. That's fine. Don't be comfortable with yourself. I mean, look good, but be comfortable."
But then they start getting to the point where they see those magazines and they can't afford to go buy those things they see and they go steal them.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
Then
There are
they
girls
have
out there.
a record.
Yes.
And
They're in the
then,
busted paper.
they think that it's okay, on the busted paper.
And
They
Jack.
think it's
That'll be
okay
another episode.
because they're trying to
Yeah, he knows.
live up to what
the standard.
the standard is,
Right. And it's not okay.
it follows.
Speaking of standard, what is the standard for our nightclubs? I mean, what's going on with them? What are they about?
What is the Portland nightlife about?
What is it?
Well,
Can you explain it to me?
Is there a nightlife in Portland?
No.
I mean,
No.
okay, so
What is it?
I mean, you go to a
Nice
club,
things
so
happen.
cut your hair's nice and permed and straight, and you come out and it's all sweated out.
Well-
because of the hotness, not because you dance.
Now, when you go to a club
the meat market.
and you have to wear a tank top,
because you'll die.
because you will die of heat.
Yeah.
we're trying to save on
That
electricity
means-
costs, and we're not having air conditioning. I mean, there's a
There's an
solid
issue.
answer for that.
Now, if there's a
for
party
$15
where it's
cover, you can
required
get
like
AC.
that, but yeah, if I'm paying 10 to 15 at the door or
Can I get AC?
20 after 1 a.m., I should be able to sit in my jacket.
Yeah.
You know,
And look cute.
look cute. But when it's girl, there's
And
places
Danny,
where
what
it's
is
hot.
up with the cover
is.
charge? I love Vegas, see, because everywhere you go, women are free to get in.
Right.
Women are free to
Not
get
free
in.
before 11, not free before 10:30. Club
Free to
promoters,
get in,
you know you're in here.
period.
Free to get in, period. Here, it's free before 10:30, free before 11. Then they want to charge you $10.
And they know we late.
Why aren't women free to get in? Why aren't men free to get in?
That's a different story. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
People
what
don't
is the
disagree.
story then? Let's get into that. What's the story? I'd like to know because I spend a fortune going out. If I decide I want to go with my friends who are mostly predominantly girls,
Yeah.
and they're all getting into these clubs for free, I end up spending $60 just following them around.
Maybe they should.
Well, then
not.
What's
when you
the
look
deal
at
with
that,
that?
that's
What's
just
the deal
like
with that?
Maybe they should go up.
Yeah, that's what happens.
And you see women up dancing
$2
on
a
stage
person.
or in cages or on pole. If I do that, I get pulled off and
yeah.
thrown out in the gutter.
Okay,
Because
hold on,
nobody
hold on.
wants to see
That's
you.
a different
Isn't
subject.
it like the quote unquote straight clubs or the gay clubs?
Well, I don't think of them as straight or gay clubs. I think of them as a nightclub.
Okay, but you have to say
I mean-
there are standard clubs
Yeah,
that
so
are
in the
for
straight club, they don't want to see you all up on the pole, Mark. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm not saying that I'm necessarily wanting to be up in the pole, but if I want to get out there and dance with my girl and we're breaking it down together on the pole, they better, they better respect that.
I would have a problem with that. I'm just saying.
If they're not respecting it,
Majority
then they're
person
respecting
at a
me.
straight club.
Wait a
are
minute,
not going
that's
for you on the
not
pole.
true because that's not true because about pulling off stage and stuff. I'm getting on this subject because we did go out for your bachelorette party. We went. I'm not going to say the place we went,
Don't talk
but
about what I did.
Marsha was on stage. She was dancing. It was like,
Yeah.
they pulled her off.
Yeah, they did.
I mean, and it was
real?
yeah.
Really?
They
Sorry.
did.
Why though?
They did.
Were you well on your way, or I mean, were you
No,
overly
she was just-
intoxicated?
They just were not being entertaining enough.
Yeah.
Is what it was. They bomb song came on and they just were not entertaining
So you
enough.
were showing them
So
how.
I just was
It's like a high
showing them
school
how
prom,
that
people
they
are
need
standing around
to.
talking and
Pretty much. It was my girl's
Holding their
bachelorette
flowers.
party and the song came on and it was
Exactly.
What
And-
song?
it's time to get bucking here.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy, but yeah, I don't know about the clubs here. I think they're kind of just overrated.
You know, I really.
Overrated.
Is that why everybody moves?
I think
To
so.
different clubs or different
I think
states?
it's why we go to Vegas so often. I mean,
Well, I
we
mean, if you
definitely
think
have to get
about
out
it,
of
what's
town now.
Portland notorious for? They are not notorious for their clubs necessarily.
They need to be notorious for it.
They're notorious for
Tired.
other
There's
types
enough
of
of
clubs.
them.
Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
But they're not. You
Let's
know.
raise the
And the
the
issue
bar.
is here,
Not
like
meaning
when
really.
one club is happening, the other club is not. Like it's not like a different city where you can go to 5 different clubs and every club is happening. You better make sure if you go to this club and you go spend your $10, that it's going to be a cracking club.
Maybe these
not
club
gonna-
owners are watching. They should just start
And we're
bending
not
to
going to
their-
accidentally run into Wesley Snipes. We're not going to accidentally run into Denzel. We're not going to accidentally run into P. Diddy. We're not going to accidentally do that. If we go to,
It could happen, you never
We're
know.
not that kind of, because there's nothing really
Nobody wants
here
to come
for
here to
them
a
to come
concert
to
on a
either.
weekend.
Yeah, they don't even want to come here and concert here because they're like, okay, so when I get to Portland,
Boring.
what is there to do? Oh, it rains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't want to come here.
The club closes at 2
And
o'clock.
we're just paying $10 to see the same person. We're
I'm
gonna
paying
see
$10. You're
at
getting for free.
Fred Myers.
Well, if we
the
get
next
there before
day.
10:30.
We have a time
That's
limit.
the
We
issue.
have, and some of them be lying. Some of them
We know
it's
you
not
guys
even
already
like
got
that.
for 10:30. So.
Oh, we. Oh, what you trying to say?
I
bro?
said it just takes a little bit longer to get ready. I mean, I'm not trying to get anywhere with that, but I guess have
You
a
know, they
good
try to
point
bump it
there.
up. You get there at 10:22. They like
Yeah,
$10.
like, we don't
Wait,
have
hold
that.
up. Wait a minute. Let me get myself. It's 10:27. I'm getting in free.
Yeah.
Because I'm not paying.
Yeah.
And not because I don't have the money. It's just that I don't want to pay for.
And then if somebody here,
Sorry.
if
Love
they
my
get-
town,
if
but
they
not
get
the
that
club
big,
life.
they're leaving. They're not staying in Portland.
Yeah.
Portland is maybe, but what can we do to improve? I mean, I did some promotions in the nightlife. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's not easy.
No, it's
because
not.
it's very, very competitive. There are a lot of people here trying to do the same thing. They're trying to get a club that's cracking, but it's hard when you don't have a celebrity type of fan base that lives here in Oregon. We just don't have that here.
I would say because I wasn't so much into like necessarily the hip hop scene, I did more of like the punk and the rock. Okay, for promotions and whatnot, and dealt with bands. There's tons of places for that.
Ticketmaster.com, it's like 50 of them, all on the same day.
Yeah, there's always something going on kind of in that genre, which is fine, but they're also, a lot of them came out here locally, so are we supporting our local artists like we should be? Are we, you know what I mean?
Like,
Are we
artists in
really?
the clubs very often.
But like, are they
Their bodies.
They don't go to Rose Garden where it's not, you won't sweat out your current.
You're not going to get a big crowd like that.
But you're not. That's
You're not going to Rose Garden.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, the
I think
concert
Portland is
life-
made for the.
I think we're getting on the map. I think we're getting on the map.
Concerts that we, what concert have we had here lately that have sold out?
Lady Gaga.
That was at the.
And Justin Timberlake.
That, but I mean, it was at the
2
Rose.
years ago.
Was at the.
At the Rose Garden.
At the Rose Garden.
Lady
sold
Gaga
out.
can come back 10,
Beyonce
13
didn't even
times.
sell out. But
Beyonce
Justin
didn't
Timberlake
sell out
did.
Didn't
either.
Celine Dion come? And she sold out? Didn't
Oh,
she
of
come
course
here?
she gonna sell out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean-
her tickets was ridiculous.
Yeah.
But it looks
Prince.
like what
Who
Prince
else?
came and
Yeah,
sold out.
Who
Well,
else
Prince,
came?
yeah.
And those
But-
are mega stars.
I just got chills
So
thinking
exactly.
about that one.
exactly.
It doesn't. There's not a house for it.
And I hear a lot of people say they don't want to go to a one-person concert. They want to go to, you know, with multiple artists.
A lineup,
So, that could be an issue too. Because, you know, they don't, why they're not
Seattle
sold
would be
out.
like-
Because
Maybe it's
when
with
I
their
heard
pleasure
about
mode.
Beyonce coming, I love Beyonce, but I didn't want to go. I didn't have nobody to go with
But they
because
only
didn't
told
want
us
to
a
go.
week ahead of time though. Like about Beyonce, they let you know like 3 weeks ahead of time she was coming to concert and you was gonna pay $80. Well, everybody don't have to shell out $80. You know what I mean? But but you know what? In the mix, we'll make it tight. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you soon.
Bye.